Welcome back. For our final tipping point tonight, let's talk about media bias. Normally, I don't like to call out other networks, even other journalists by name. It's bad practice for the most part, in my opinion, to throw industry colleagues under the bus. But when the line's been crossed, I think it's my responsibility to do so. Enough is enough here, people. The media does not rule our nation. ABC, CBS, and NBC, they should be ashamed of themselves. They've willfully neglected to mention even once any of the Project Veritas videos since the videos have been released. And I want to know why. What part of these videos doesn't qualify as breaking news? Was it the laws Hillary broke? Was it the violence Hillary paid to incite at Trump rallies? Was it the mass execution of voter fraud her operatives discussed? Tell me, please, what about these videos sent them to the chopping block and not to the headlines?
We are contracted directly with the DNC and the campaign, both.
The campaign pays DNC, DNC pays Democracy Partners pays the Fogel Group goes and executes the on the ground.
If you're there and you're protesting and you do these actions, you will be attacked at Trump rallies. That's what we know.
So that's part of the process of eliciting the reaction.
The whole point of it?
In the end, it was the candidate, Hillary Clinton, the future president of the United States, who wanted ducks on the ground. So by God, we will give ducks on the ground.
Well, you know what? We've been busting people in for 50 years, and we're not going to stop now. We're just going to find a different way to do it.
See, the way I see it and the way my viewers see it, the way most of the American people see it, these videos have been the #1 trending topic on YouTube. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Combined on YouTube, they have over 13.5 million views. Do you know what that means? The people, we care about this story. We the people care about corruption. We the people care that Hillary Clinton thinks she's above the law. Now, this is not the media's job to tell us what we're interested in. The job of the media is to present the top stories to us and let we the people determine the outcome for the presidential candidates ourselves. And let me tell you again, in case you forgot, what the people want to hear about. #DonaldDuck was trending on Twitter the day the video released. Donald Trump mentioned the Veritas videos in the 3rd and final presidential debate before the election. #Veritas has been trending off and on nationwide the past 2 weeks, yet ABC, CBS, and NBC are more interested in the Trump tapes than in this story. It begs the question, how many stories have ABC, CBS, and NBC run about those undercover video footage of Trump? Well, we have an answer to that. ABC, CBS, and NBC have spent 1,191 minutes during their evening shows covering the presidential campaign since the end of July. 102 minutes were spent talking about Trump's sexist rhetoric and so-called mistreatment of women. Compare that, if you will, to 24 minutes talking about the Clinton Foundation and a measly 14 minutes dedicated to Hillary's attack on the Second Amendment. Oh, and 0 minutes talking about Project Veritas. Now, we know 68 formerly well-respected journalists have been wined and dined by the Clinton camp this election season. We know that from WikiLeaks, and we know their names. And apparently, in addition to the dinner, they were fed some seriously biased talking points. Well, this has got to stop, and it's our responsibility to hold them accountable. Ladies and gentlemen, tell them. When you see this bias, call it out. Ask them why they haven't covered Project Veritas bombshell stories, and what are they afraid of if we hear the truth? And that's my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. After a year, you know by now I read all your tweets. And if you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. Remember, we were promoted to prime time, so we're coming to you every night at 9 p.m. Eastern now. Don't miss us tomorrow at 9, and until then, have a good night.